Express 7 by 16, 2 by 3 and 10 by 7 in decimal form. Let's start with the first fraction. Let's try to divide 7 with 16. As 7 is less than 16, clearly we'll have to take a decimal over here. 16 into 4 times is 64. We write the 4 over here. Then you have 60. 16 into 3 times is 48. Then you have a 12 over here. 12 is less than 60, so you'll have to go to 120. 16 into 7 times is 112. We'll get an 80 over here. Then 16 into 5 would be 80. And you end up getting 0 remainder, which means 7 by 16 is equal to 0.4375, which is a terminating decimal. We'll see what is a non-terminating decimal in the consequent example. So let's try to divide 2 by 3 over here. So we'll try to divide 2 with 3. Again, 2 is less than 3, so we'll have to borrow a 0 over here, and I've placed a decimal point over here. 6 times 3 is 18, so you go ahead and write a 6 over here, and you still get a 2. You still have to go for a 20, then you still get a 6. 6 times 3 is again 18, you still get a 20. So this keeps repeating forever, and this 0.66 also keeps repeating forever. So this is a non-terminating decimal. The main difference between a terminating decimal and a non-terminating decimal is that the remainder would be 0 at some point in time for a terminating decimal. Whereas for a non-terminating decimal, even after n number of divisions, you will never get the remainder to be 0. So we can state this as 2 by 3 is equal to 0.666 and so on, which also can be written as 0.6 bar, which is a non-terminating decimal. Let's look at the third problem. 10 by 7. So we'll try to divide 10 with a 7. So 7 1 times is 7. Then we have 3. 3 is less than 7, so we'll have to go for a decimal point over here, and we'll have to write it as 30. 7 4 times would be a 28. 7, we have a 20 over here. 7 2 times would be 14, and then we have a 60 over here. 7 8 times would be 56. Then we have a 40 over here. 7 5 times is 35. Then we have a 50 over here. 7 7 times is 49. Then we'll have a 10 over here. Now if you carefully observe, this is exactly where we started off. Now if we keep dividing in the same manner, we'll keep repeating the same steps again and again. So therefore, in this case, 42857 would be repeating for as long as we divide. So 7 by 10, 10 by 7 would be equal to 1.42857 bar, which is a non-terminating decimal. Thank you.